Um, did I want to make a name for myself outside of Potomac Gardens? Yes, I did. I wanted to be the best lawyer that ever come out of a housing project area, period. I had already stated in my yearbook, that my expectation was to be a lawyer.
Why did you want to be a lawyer?
Because I wanted to be a lawyer because the DC mock trial, well, DC had a competition in the high schools called DC mock trials. And I participated in street law that the course they had. Yeah, really, I just was doing it just to see what kind of law that they was teaching or instructing. And this particular one was dealing with traffic. We made it to the finals. It was meant for Woodson to win. I know that now, but I didn't know it then because Judge Larkin was presiding. And it's a mock trial. And it was my turn to cross-examine the witness. It's a mock trial. I had to sit there crying. The judge was so impressed. I wanted to he know or remember it was a mock trial. And after, the decision went to the plaintiff because it was designed for that. So Woodson won the championship instead of Eastern. And I was devastated by it, of course. But what I didn't do, I didn't take it where it didn't need to go. I didn't do none of that. I had on a rose Antonio Fioravanti suit, brown and silk tie, and brown gaiters. And Judge Logan came from behind the bench and called me. And he said, "Let me see you for a minute, Mr. Kemp." And he called me to him. He said, "Mr. Kemp, I don't care what college or university you go to, but when you take your LSAT, here's my number, how to get in touch with me. I'm going to get you here at Georgetown University Law School. All you have to do is I wouldn't care if you passed it or not. I'm going to get you in the Georgetown University Law School." It did something to me, but I was already caught in the grips of this lifestyle. And but that's what, I was going to be a lawyer. I was going to be a lawyer. It was a mock trial. She was crying. No, really.
I believe.
Yeah.
Now, you said something when you said you said that first time you wanted to be the best lawyer who ever came out of the project. Now, why not just the best lawyer as opposed to the best lawyer that came out of the project? Because are you following me here? Because I feel as though that if you grow up in the projects, perhaps you feel as though you need to prove something more than other people might feel that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Is that a possibility? Is it possible that you know?
To answer your question, do I believe that it's important for a statement to be made? Then yes, it is, because it's my personal belief that if those who knew that I came out of the projects heard of or was introduced to what I've accomplished from not allowing the projects to hold me hostage, that they'll try to do the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? And in turn, other students or other children around the world or the nation can see that maybe I shouldn't be so hard on those who come from the projects. So, it's a win-win situation that I had planned, but it didn't, it just didn't work out that way. But the intention, everybody who knew me knew that's what I was going to school to do, especially once you remember that trial. I don't know if you're familiar with the Moot Court at Georgetown University Law School, but that is a huge audience. That's a huge audience. And the questions was dealing with traffic. But the cross-examining that I did, because my instructor, Mr. Garrett, he helped me understand that you have to make it convincing. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, you're lying, but you understand what I mean? You're lying, but you got to make it convincing.
Do you think that your criminal activities might have helped you in your mock trial and in that sort of thing? Do you think? No. Okay.
That lifestyle didn't affect my educational values.
Good.
Because I knew. One was dealing with just the face value of things. The other was how I felt about my future. Money, I want that right now, but I want to be somebody later on.
All right, let me ask you a couple of real quick questions. One, can you tell me a little bit about about the NPC? You were the spokesperson. That was a Marion Barry initiative. Can you tell me a little bit about that, just for me, because I don't know about it?
Yeah. The National Planning Council. We were trying to put it's like an organization, but an outfit together to deal with high school students going to college, the black universities, because the historical colleges was starting to decline in participation and enrollment. And what the NPC was, the National Planning Council was going to do was go to the high schools in the city promoting black colleges. And Barry was going to work with us. Barry was going to back us, because like I said, Jim Vance was a good friend of ours, and he set up the thing where I talked to Marion Barry, and he said, okay,